Welcome to Japanese Made Easy, where we use advanced techniques like pattern recognition and contextual learning so you can quickly and easily start speaking Japanese.
Welcome to Japanese Made Easy, Episode 11. If you're just joining us, I want to mention that the lessons are cumulative and it's assumed everything has been mastered up to this point. So please be sure to start with Episode 1. All right, let's jump right in. Let's get a new purely Japanese word that we can use with today's new particle.
友達友達
This is Kevin, and this is Steve. I've known them since first grade. They are two of my closest.
友達
Jennifer Aniston became famous for her role in the hit TV show.
友達
So in English, we would say friend or friends. Either way, in Japanese, it's just
友達
Let's put our new word to use. Emi and Mayumi have a college class together. After class, Emi went home, but Mayumi had plans to go somewhere. The next day, Emi asked her.
どこに行ったの
She replies with a bit of an explanation.
友達とデパートに行ったよ
That's a friend or friends with department store ni went. Let's change that to polite Japanese, focusing on the last part of the sentence. Just listen.
デパートに行きました
To a friend or family member,
デパートに行ったよ
to an adult we don't know all that well.
デパートに行きました
Okay, you give it a try. Department store ni went. First, to a friend or family member.
デパートに行ったよ
And to an adult we don't know all that well.
デパートに行きました
Let's add with a friend. Casual Japanese, try saying friend with department store ni went.
友達とデパートに行ったよ
Previously, we learned how to ask just who with.
誰と
But now, if we want to, we can ask the entire question, who did you go with?
誰と行ったの
Remember this no on the end can be a simple inquiry. It can be really questioning or even accusatory. In English, depending on the situation, who'd you go with? Who'd you go with? Who'd you go with?
誰と行ったの
So, how would we turn the polite version into a question? To say I went was,
行きました
which is the past tense of the mas form. And for polite questions, we add what?
か
So if we put it all together, literally we have who with went ka. Try saying that in Japanese.
誰と行きましたか
Just listen.
誰と行ったの誰と行きましたか
We've also covered the verbs
見る飲む
and,
食べる
so let's work with those in past tense casual Japanese. I want to leave the o particle in place for these next sentences, so you can get used to where it belongs grammatically. After this first bit of practice, we'll be dropping it. Regarding breakfast,
オレンジジュースを飲む
but speaking of yesterday,
オレンジジュースを飲んだ
I drink coffee every day, so tomorrow,
コーヒーを飲む
Speaking of last week,
コーヒーを飲んだ。
in Japanese, the word juice doesn't always mean fruit juice. It can be that, but also other non-carbonated drinks. So if you tell somebody I drank juice, it might mean a fruit juice, and it might not. Just keep that in mind.
ジュース。ジュース。
Speaking of what you usually do in the morning, tell a friend, I drink juice.
ジュースを飲む。
But yesterday, tell them, I drank orange juice.
オレンジジュースを飲んだ。
Here's an easy cognate. After a long run, sometimes I drink Gatorade, or at least some kind of.
スポーツドリンク。スポーツドリンク。
Speaking of what you usually do after a marathon, I mean a Japanese study marathon, tell them, I drink some sort of sports drink.
スポーツドリンクを飲む。
Yesterday, you watched a marathon on TV. Watching other people run always makes me thirsty. Tell somebody I drank some sports drink.
スポーツドリンクを飲んだ。
So that's a 2 words for the price of 1 effort cost. The word for sports in Japanese is just
スポーツ。スポーツ。
We won't work with that one yet, but I just wanted to mention it for now. We're familiar with
テレビを見る。
yesterday, though.
テレビを見た。テレビを見た。
Notice that the sound isn't extended. It's not mita, but just mita.
テレビを見た。
In Japanese, there are streaming services, including
ネットフリックス。
I live in Japan and I do subscribe to.
ネットフリックス。
That one is kind of tricky, so let's break it down really slow.
ネットフリックス。ネットフリックス。
Real quick, listen carefully to the type of show I watched last night. Here's a hint. It was funny.
コメディ。コメディ。
Jerry was telling Kevin the types of shows he watches on.
ネットフリックス。
He said, I watch comedies.
コメディを見る。
Kevin said, I watched a comedy.
コメディを見た。
Then he added, I watch dramas.
ドラマを見る。
ドラマを見る。ドラマを見る。
How would Jerry say, I watched a drama?
ドラマを見た。
Tell somebody, I watched a comedy and a drama.
コメディとドラマを見た。
Let's review all of those new words real quick. Please repeat.
スポーツドリンク。
So that's sports drink,
スポーツ。
sports,
ジュース。
juice,
ネットフリックス。
Netflix,
コメディ。
comedy or comedies,
ドラマ。
a drama or dramas. This will be an interesting combination. Casual Japanese, tell somebody I drank sports drink and juice.
スポーツドリンクとジュースを飲んだ。
And add, I watched a comedy and a drama.
コメディとドラマを見た。
In an upcoming episode, we'll learn to expand all of this to say things like, I watched a comedy and a drama on Netflix. For now, though, I want to focus on how the verbs change.
And now here's your tip of the day from Japanese Made Easy.
Since we're talking about Netflix and watching things, I have a tip for practicing that will help maximize any video learning material you might be using. For example, if you're watching something in Japanese on Netflix and the character in the show says in Japanese, I don't want pizza. When you identify a phrase that is new or worth practicing such as that, hit the pause button on the show you're watching right away and practice the new construction right then and there. Don't just listen to it and think, oh, okay, I understand that, and then move on. Quickly turn it into a construction and substitution exercise. So you might say, I don't want sushi. I don't want a car. I don't want a sandwich. Run through the new phrase with 4 or 5 words. This type of practice will help solidify the new phrase in your memory. Then continue to watch, but a couple minutes later, stop and see if you can recall the phrase and run through some words again. And of course, as soon as the show is finished, do a final review of any of the phrases you picked up. This is a really good habit to get into when you're listening to or watching media in Japanese. All right, let's get a new cognate. These are red, and you'll find them in the fruit and vegetable section at the grocery store.
トマト。トマト。
I don't really like them, but every now and then,
トマト食べる。
yesterday I lost a bet, so
トマト食べた。
this next fruit is yellow and easy to remember.
バナナ。バナナ。
We'll go ahead and drop O in the following super short casual sentences. A friend is talking about what he eats in general. How would you translate this?
バナナ食べる。
I eat bananas. What are the 2 possible translations of
バナナ食べた。
that could be I ate a banana or I ate some bananas? Either way, you thought Kenji never eats bananas. Maybe he's allergic to yellow or something. So, expecting a bit of clarification, how would you ask, You ate a banana?
バナナ食べたの？
Getting in a little more practice. Generally speaking, when Mayumi watches movies, she
ドラマ見る。
watches dramas. But yesterday,
コメディ見た。
tomorrow after jogging,
スポーツドリンク飲む。
last weekend,
スポーツドリンク飲んだ。
for dinner tonight,
トマト食べる。
with breakfast yesterday,
バナナ食べた。
with and without no on the end. I'll answer the questions.
ピザ食べた？
You ate pizza? So I just said, yep. But if I'm supposed to be on a diet, the question might be delivered another way.
ピザ食べたの？
So I explain my reasoning. めっちゃ美味しそうだったから食べちゃったよ。我慢できんかった。Moving on. Let's get all the polite past tense versions of the verbs so far. Earlier we heard
行きます。
or will go, but yesterday,
行きました。
telling somebody I will drink
コーヒー。コーヒーを飲みます。
Can you change that to drank coffee?
コーヒーを飲みました。
If we take the words for tomato and juice and squeeze them together, we get
トマトジュース。
Tell somebody in polite Japanese, you will drink tomato juice.
トマトジュースを飲みます。
Same thing, but change it to drank.
トマトジュースを飲みました。バナナを食べます。
Becomes what?
バナナを食べました。
The dentist
田中先生。
is looking at Robert's teeth. The dentist is wondering why there's a huge piece of lettuce covering Robert's back molars. How would Robert apologize for inconveniencing the dentist in some small way, and then tell him, I ate a sandwich?
すみません。サンドイッチを食べました。
And let's round it out with your plans for the upcoming weekend.
映画を見ます。
We'll see a movie. If we change it to last weekend, it becomes what?
映画を見ました。
Try asking a person if they will see a movie.
映画を見ますか？
And if they did see a movie.
映画を見ましたか？
All right, we're getting towards the end, but let's get a new super useful question word.
何？
何？
As always, the meaning from context. Johnny, who was 10 years old, thought he'd try out a really bad word on his mom, testing the limits, so to speak. His mother asked him to clear the table and do the dishes after dinner. He said, Nah, I don't think so. And you know what else, Mom? You can go straight to hell. Shocked, his mother said,
何？
Did you just say to me? His dad, overhearing this, said,
何？
Did you just say to your mother? Johnny hasn't been heard from since, and we have a new Japanese question word.
何？
In Japan, it's not uncommon for grandparents to reside in the same place as the rest of a family. So one night at dinner, Grandma really didn't catch what Keiko said, so Grandma asks,
何飲んだ？
and again Keiko answers,
コーヒー飲んだ。
How would you translate the question, Nani nonda? Literally, what drank? Of course, you is implied. What did you drink? Ask a friend, what did you eat?
何食べた？
What did you watch or see?
何見た？
Staying on our toes, how would you ask, where did you go?
どこ行った？
Well, that's just part of language learning. You never know what someone's going to say or ask, so you got to think fast sometimes. At work, two people are talking about going to see a movie over the weekend. In polite Japanese, ask them what they're going to see.
何を見ますか？
The office phone rings before they could answer. Now it's Monday and back at work. Ask them, what did you see?
何を見ましたか？
Still at the office and talking about lunch, you ask a new coworker what they're going to eat. How would you ask that?
何を食べますか？
Then on the phone, talking to a girlfriend or boyfriend, so casual Japanese, how would you ask what they ate?
何食べた？
Or if wanting a bit more of an answer,
何食べたの？
at a company party, it would be common for somebody to start things off by asking everybody,
何を飲みますか？
how would you translate that? Literally, I'd say, what? And then, is the thing drink? What do you all want to drink? What does everybody want to drink? With everybody implied. All right, good job. That was a lot of practice. If that made you thirsty, go grab some
トマトジュースとスポーツドリンク。
No idea what that would taste like, and no plans to find out. Let me know if you try it, though. As always, practice audios and downloads are available at JapaneseMadeEasy.com. For questions, comments, or feedback, feel free to drop me a message at Greg or support@JapaneseMadeEasy.com. Or find our Facebook page, which is Japanese Made Easy. See you in the next episode.
This has been another episode of Japanese Made Easy. For additional practice audios and downloads, visit JapaneseMadeEasy.com.